So, what if the monster that shows up at your doorstep isn't really a monster at all? Today, we're diving into Ted Hughes' incredible story, The Iron Man, a tale that, honestly, messes with our deepest fears and makes us totally rethink what it means to be a hero.
Right from the start, the story just throws us into this deep, deep mystery. The Iron Man isn't just a character, he's a huge question mark. He's that primal fear we all have of something that just appears, with no explanation, forcing us to deal with something we just can't understand. And so, our story kicks off. Picture it. This massive figure just materializes on a cliff top, a giant silhouette against the sky. His appearance just shatters the peace and quiet of the countryside, sending this wave of pure terror through everyone.
Now this is the genius part. Hughes doesn't just say he's big. He compares him to things we know. A head the size of a bedroom, eyes like car headlamps. It makes this completely alien creature feel terrifyingly close and real.
And just as we're trying to get our heads around what this thing even is, he takes one step, right off the cliff. The story gives us this one huge, drawn-out sound to capture the absolutely devastating impact of that fall.
And we're not just talking about a tumble. This is a complete shattering. These repeated sounds, they really drive home his total destruction on the rocks below. He's just torn to pieces.
But here's where it gets really weird. Destruction isn't the end for him. In this super eerie sequence, his parts start putting themselves back together on the beach. It's not magic. It's this slow, methodical, almost unnatural process. A hand finds an eye, limbs connect, until the whole giant is standing there again.
And his return is anything but quiet. The evidence is literally carved into the land, these massive footprints, each as big as a bed, leading from farm to farm. And what's he doing? He's eating. Not food, but metal. Tractors, fences, you name it, bitten clean in half.
So naturally, everyone is terrified. But as the panic spreads, one person looks at this thing and doesn't just see a monster. He sees a puzzle. And this is where we meet our hero, a young boy named Hogarth.
And this slide, right here, lays out the core conflict of the whole story. You've got brute force versus empathy. The farmer's instinct is to destroy what they don't get. But Hogarth, he looks closer. He doesn't see a monster, he sees a hungry creature. His plan is all about strategy, not destruction.
So Hogarth uses his brain. He knows what the Iron Man wants. With just a simple nail and a knife, he makes the one sound that giant just can't resist, the sound of clinking metal. And with that, he cleverly leads him right where the farmers need him to be.
So of course, the Iron Man eventually escapes the farmer's big pit, and that's when Hogarth reveals his real plan. This isn't just saying sorry, it's a peace treaty. He leads the giant to a scrap metal yard, basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for an Iron Man. By feeding the monster instead of fighting it, he turns this terrifying threat into a peaceful neighbor.
So, peace is restored. The Iron Man's happy, the farmers are safe, for a minute. But then, the story takes a massive turn. A new threat shows up, and this one makes a house-sized iron giant look tiny.
Its arrival is described like this slow-burn cosmic horror movie. You know, a star starts getting bigger in the sky, night after night, until something starts to emerge from it. The tension just builds and builds until this bat angel shape is all you can see. And the scale of this thing is, well, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. It's not just a monster, it's a living geography of terror. When the book starts using entire countries to describe its body parts, you realize this isn't a threat to a town, it's a threat to the entire planet. And what's humanity's first move? War, of course. We throw everything we have at it, but every missile, every bomb, it's useless. The dragon isn't just immune, it actually thinks it's funny. Humanity is completely and utterly powerless. So, with total destruction on the horizon, who can possibly save the world? Well, how about the very same creature that everyone once tried to bury in a hole forever? The Iron Man is called in to be Earth's champion. But the Iron Man is smart. He knows he can't win a straight-up fight, so he proposes something totally different, a contest. Not of violence, but of pure endurance. A test of who can handle the most pain. The challenge itself is just insane. The Iron Man lets himself get roasted on a giant fire, but then he raises the stakes, challenging this cosmic dragon to lie down on the ultimate fire, the sun itself, and he makes him do it twice. And that's the turning point. The dragon, the seemingly invincible creature, just
breaks. It's not just the physical pain, it's the thought of a third trip to the sun that's too much. The Iron Man wins, not with brute strength, but with this insane level of courage and the will to just keep going.
And once the dragon is defeated, we get the final, amazing twist. The dragon isn't evil. It's actually a star spirit, a kind of cosmic musician. It was drawn to Earth because all of our war cries were messing up its vibe. Its real purpose is to create this beautiful, harmonious music of the spheres.
So the dragon becomes a conductor for world peace. Every night its singing calms the entire planet, ending all wars and fighting. The greatest threat we ever faced becomes the source of ultimate harmony. Crazy, right?
In the end, the story gives us two monsters. One was tamed by a boy's empathy, and the other was transformed by a hero's courage. And it leaves us with this really powerful question. What if our biggest fears aren't things we need to destroy, but chances to find a deeper strength, and maybe even a more profound peace?